Hey, we back with another banger video. So we got, bruh, I love chicken, bro. Like, and I eat mine. Literally, I eat my. I don't eat drums. I only eat all flats. And it's funny because I've been that way to where I only ate all flats. And I recently found out that that's a normal thing. People literally go and order all flats. Like me, I thought I was the only one who did it. You know what I'm saying? I only can eat my wings flat, but come to find out, they say that herpes is getting transmitted through chicken. That's crazy. You feel what I'm saying? But we're going to get to them videos. The first video is basically just going to show you this female explaining that 80% of the population have herpes. Yeah, I don't know how true that is, but that's what she's saying. And she's also going to give you an example of how an active herpes outbreak, how it looks. So you will know. You feel what I'm saying? You'll know what it looked like. Check this out.
Okay, so I have herpes. And I'm actually currently having an outbreak right now. You can't see it. You can't see anything on my lip. You can't. Every now and then, I feel it on my chin. I feel it, here. I kind of go like this. But so I have HSV1. 80% of the population has it. I have it orally, anally, and vaginally. However, I don't get cold sores. Like, I never really get cold sores. But I did want to mention it only because me having herpes is like a big deal to my bullies. And like, when I say bullies, I mean even like my family members. Like, somehow everybody just knows that I have herpes. It's like this hidden, everybody knows I have herpes. Like, it's so gross because the sex worker has herpes. Like, guys, actually, I got herpes when I was a kid. I'm pretty sure I never actually had a cold sore. The ironic thing is that the only reason I know I have herpes is because I am really paranoid or actually not paranoid. I care a lot about my sexual health. So I get tested very, very, very often. Like, I get tested if I know I want to sleep with somebody and get into a sexual relationship with somebody. I get tested before that. After I begin having sex with somebody, I get tested during it. Even if we're using condoms and all that. Mind you, the whole you can just use protection thing doesn't really work. Like, not with HSV1. Honestly, I probably got this shit as karma because, I used to always be like, and I still do actually, like, where I'm like, I get the bread, I get the head, and then I leave. Like, I used to always be like, oh no, like, you can come and eat my ass, but like, you're not getting shit out of me. You can come and eat my ass, but you're not getting shit out of me. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how I got it. I'm willing to bet. So it's kind of karma. But anyways, so I was going to say, the only reason I know I have it is because every time I go and get tested, and after I end a sexual relationship with somebody, I get tested for a third time. And if I go, if I have a period of a few months, if I go a long time without having any sex, I will also get tested. Like, just in between, just in case. But so the only reason I know if I have herpes is because I actually specifically asked them to do the blood work to test for herpes, for the antibodies. They usually don't include that because, in all of my testing, it only showed up one time. Once. So, in order for it to show up on a test, you actually have to have the antibodies present at the specific time of that test. So, I guess I might have had it my whole entire life. I'm assuming I've had it my whole life only because if I'm at the point where I don't get cold sores, I'm willing to bet that I've had it my whole life, and maybe I did have cold sores when I was little and I just, grew up and never knew that I had it. But the funny thing is especially even a lot of the people I know that feel some type of way about me having herpes have herpes. They're just in denial about it. I'm like, no girl, you're always tickling your chin, or your lip is itchy all the time. You have a reoccurring issue on your you have this reoccurring acne, you're going like this, yeah, my chin is itchy. Bitch, you have herpes. The same people that I know, and the same people that I know that are doing all the herpes stuff are the same people that feel like I'm gross because I actually officially have herpes, and I know that I have herpes on a test. Which is ironic because the only reason I know I have herpes on the test is because I'm extremely on top of my sexual health. Because I'm medically literate. because I'm safe, because I am healthy. Because I am healthy, I know that I have HSV1. 80% of y'all have it. 80% of y'all have it. This is what an active herpes outbreak looks like. Active. It's active right now. Active.
Check this out. Y'all see that? And she pretty too. Some of y'all are still cracked. Some people still cracking now. You feel me? But she said, what she said, she was an ex-worker. Hey, the Bible says the wages of sin is death. When this talks about death, it's talking about physically and metaphorically. So, yeah, I mean, you put yourself in certain positions, you're going to reap certain rewards. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get to some of these other clips basically talking about herpes coming from foods.
This about to blow your mind. Did you know that you could catch herpes from eating meat? This process is called zoonosis. Herpes is a part of the zoster family, same family as chickenpox. Zoonotic diseases could be spread from animal to human, even by eating meat. In order for herpes to enter the cell, it needs 1 of 3 of these amino acids: arginine, asparagine, and histidine. And they need glycoproteins attached to them. When a cell is weak, HSV can enter a cell through other means, such as estrogen and cortisol. Because herpes requires glycoproteins, anyone with it should stay away from sea moss. Sea moss is filled with glycoproteins. HSV can go through tropism in meats like cows, which can be transferred to you. So even if you show no signs, you can have HSV laying dormant in you due to the food you eat.
Now this gonna trip y'all out. A lot of the food that we consume is infected with herpes. The tilapia and 90 different other species of fish have been known for having the herpes virus. When we get sick and catch food poisoning, that is your body being infected with the virus. These fish would then begin to develop bumps all over their bodies. There was an outbreak in Alberley, Minnesota. But not only the fish, the oysters will begin to get infected as well. Y'all go check it out. Now we all love our chicken, but the chicken is also infected with the herpes virus. It is called the Merrick disease. Now they changed the name and play with the titles of these diseases to keep you unaware of what's going on. Chickenpox is also linked to being infected from this virus. So yes, the chickenpox come from eating infected chicken. Now, as the chickenpox worsen, you will develop shingles. In the Bible, they tell you about the meat being uncleansed, and you're supposed to stay from it. We all know that the pigs causes cancer and have all type of swine flus. Now, last but not least, I want to talk about the cows. Eating beef, you will develop something called the mad cow disease. This disease will cause brain deterioration and the loss of memory. We must stay away from the steaks, burgers, and all the fast foods. This is literally what it is doing, shrinking our brain.
At Vanderbilt diagnosed a Lebanon father with what's called the human form of mad cow disease. News Channel 5's Emily Luxon explains why it's a condition that is often misunderstood. 1 year ago, 32-year-old Tony Gibson was a happy and healthy new father. Then his wife says he started acting strangely and became very forgetful.
I had to start labeling the rooms in our home. He would get lost going to the grocery store and someone would call me and say, "We have your husband."
After his odd behavior continued, Danielle took Tony to Vanderbilt University Medical Center. After multiple tests, a neurologist made a shocking discovery.
But he said that the worst case scenario being CJD, and I said, "What is that?" And he said, it's like the human form of mad cow disease.
CJD, Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, is a rare brain disorder.
Infectious disease specialist at Vanderbilt.
The cases of herpes that come from eating chickens. Who want to challenge me on it? Who want to challenge me on that real quick? And then they hide the herpes disease and change the name of the chickens that got herpes. And you know the Negro love his fried chicken. You can't fry a so-called virus out. I'm just saying. Have y'all seen tilapia with the herpes all around his mouth? Cankersaurs growing out his ass? Did y'all see that? Google that. Hold on, let me look this up real quick. Tilapia with chlamydia and herpes. Boy, watch this. Look at this. herpes virus that affects fish. Hold on, is it possible? Let me show you the chlamydia though. It was a chlamydia outbreak and herpes virus outbreak in tilapia. Look at this. It says a viral insepticitis of tilapia larvae. Primary characterizations of a novel herpes-like virus. And look, the tilapia had chlamydia. But you like your tilapia. You like your fish fillet. Then y'all better quit eating these. If it got eyes and it bleed, y'all better quit eating that bullshit.
A lot of you have herpes. And the sooner we accept it.
Did you know that herpes is so common to the point where they don't even test for it anymore when you get STD testing? It's that common. You have to actually ask to be tested for it in order to get tested for herpes. That's how common it is. Literally 1 out of 3 people have herpes. And there's over 100 different types of herpes. The stigma literally does need to stop. It's so common. So common.
You got herpes, you got herpes, and you got herpes. Yup, herpes is pretty prevalent up in here in this United States of America. Dr. Williams, are you kidding me? How could I have herpes? Well, thanks for asking. Yes, so there are different types of herpes, but the common one and the one I'm referring to is HSV1 and HSV2. HSV1 typically causes oral herpes. HSV2 typically causes genital herpes. Now, HSV1 is causing oral and genital herpes. Ain't that something? We have our mouths in different places, henceforth contracting HSV1.
So we had something kind of unfortunate happen on the farm. So a while ago, you may remember that I had a orange chicken that just mysteriously went blind. And after that happened with her, we did our research and we found out that that was Merrick's disease. It's actually kind of like a herpes that chickens get. Most will have it at some point. Many ones that you get from, like Murray McMurray and all that stuff, you can get them vaccinated, which does not prevent it. It just gives them a better chance of surviving it. Most chickens actually probably have it. It's a disease and it attacks the nervous system. And more often than not, it causes like blindness, fatigue, and neurological issues.
You gonna believe this? Did you know that you can catch herpes from eating meat? Look at this. Animal herpes viruses and their zoonotic potential for cross-species infection. The members of Herpes viridae are host-specific agents that also share many properties that can potentially make them capable of crossing the species barriers. Now look at this. According to the National Institute of Health, about 90% of adults have been exposed to the virus by age 50. How is 9 out of every 10 people coming in contact with this virus? Y'all don't find that suspicious? You coming in contact with it by the meat that you eating. Watch this. Uh-oh, bovine herpes virus infection in cattle. We'll save that for part 3.
Did you know you probably have herpes and not even know it? Yeah. Chickenpox, shingles, cold sores, mono, eczema breakouts, that is in the herpes family. See, herpes isn't just about STDs. It's a whole family of viruses almost every single one of us carries. Let me break it down to you. So, chickenpox, herpes. Shingles, herpes. Cold sores, herpes. Mono, herpes. Even some autoimmune diseases that flare up and the skin conditions are triggered by herpes virus hiding in your nervous system. So if you have eczema, herpes, shingles, psoriasis, all of those are a form of herpes and those are parasites. So what do we do? Okay. Now this isn't to scare you, it's to empower you, because once you know what you're dealing with, you can heal smarter and deeper. Let me show you how to support your body naturally. So if you are dealing with any of these conditions, first, colon cleanse. Okay.
That is crazy. That is it's nuts, but it really does make sense that it should make us want to study more vitamins and herbal remedies that we could take on an everyday basis to help get certain parasites out of your body, because every sickness really comes from parasites, So if you can take, like me, I take oil of oregano every day. That helps with getting certain parasites out of your body, or the other vitamin. I got to figure out. I should tell y'all what that is on another video. But it basically helps with parasites as well. But oil of oregano is a great one to take. I take a lot of vitamins, so you want to be able to get those vitamins in to help get them, parasites that causes sickness out of your body. Also, you want to just eat greens, stay, like, I'm not telling you not to eat meat, because I'm going to always eat meat, but still just try to eat more healthily. And that, I'm pretty sure that'll help when it comes to getting certain sicknesses or whatnot. But it's wicked, bro. Like, I feel like they doing, these people, higher ups be doing this stuff on purpose to make us sick. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's very important for us to do our own research, and you feel what I'm saying, and staying healthy, taking our vitamins, doing these things, that's very important, but yeah, y'all tell me what y'all think about that video in the comments, man. See you guys next video. Always remember, be safe out here, kings and queens. Let's get it.